click on an airport with an airplane, like this one, where we can send an airplane to London, 4 people for $44, off they go. And from there, let me guess, we can send them right back to New York for $44. We're going to send 2 planes that way. So I think you see where this is going. We need to send a lot of planes to a lot of places to make a lot of money. We currently only have 2. We're going to upgrade the first one, actually both of them, to carry more people. Now they're more profitable. So we'll send it from here to London, $60, $66. The other one's going to New York. And then that one's going to New York from there, so they're going to make lots of money. Ticket price is also going to go up by 30% for each of them. Just like in real life, the prices are going to go up because companies want to make more money. Going back to New York, $78. This one going to New York, $84. So we've made $336. We're pretty much the most profitable airline ever. I think this one probably reduces the amount of time things take to get to where they're going, which is obviously a big factor here. For $78, they're going back to London, where they're going to pick up 8 people each. Not quite yet the entirety of London. Wow, they're going to fly to Rome for $96. You can pretty much throw a rock into there. So whenever we deplete a city of its population and move them somewhere else, they've got to build back up again. Which isn't yet a problem because we're not carrying a lot of people, but we'll get there eventually. Like now there's only 13 left in Rome. That's slowly building up again. So in order to make some money, we probably have to send them to New York. Or we'll trade back and forth. But we're already making over $100 per trip. We're going to carry more passengers and make tickets more expensive twice over as soon as this one lands again. Hopefully more money. $160 per ticket. We could make them a little quicker, although if they go too quick, we're not going to build up the population again anyway. All that matters is we're able to make money. They're going to carry 12 passengers each, so they're actually able to pretty much deplete an entire city at this point. They can go that way, they can go that way. So I finally read the instructions at the bottom, and it tells me that I can just click on the airplane here to send them to the most profitable area. I don't need to manually distribute them. I've just added another 25 potential people to each airport, and we're going to make them fill up a little bit quicker because our airplanes are actually able to carry quite a few more people these days. So I'll send him there and him there. We're making $252 per route. It's still handy to check. So money is getting easier and easier and easier. We're going to put the ticket price up several times over. Now we're really making some profit. Sending this one out, $350 for them to fly across the ocean. That also means we need more people, and we can also make the trip quite a bit quicker for either of them too. The quicker we can get the airplane moving again, the more money we make. I feel like we're going to have quite an airline network going eventually. And we're going to have super fast planes that go so fast that nobody knows what they're doing or where they're going. So they've just landed, we'll put them up to 190 speed. Now they fly across the ocean that quickly. New York to London in 4 seconds. That's going to be really good for our profit. Plane sizes are upgraded so they can move around. Ticket prices are upgraded again, lucky for the passengers. I don't really know if this makes a difference, so we'll click on it a few times. I think that this increases the ticket prices from these specific locations. Well, now we're making about $500 per flight. And that ticket price is a multiplier, so if we make tickets more expensive in general, that's just more money for us. Bigger multipliers work better on bigger numbers. We saved up $13,000. That means I can hire a manager in New York, and I think that means it's just automatically going to ship the plane out of New York. So now I only have to move the mouse this far. The manager does have a countdown though. Didn't realize that, but that's okay. We can actually make him quite a bit faster, and he'll make more money off that as well. But for now, I better just increase the number of passengers flying on our planes. Probably also ticket price again. I like the prices specific to the plane. Okay, they're carrying 26 passengers each. They might not have an upper limit. These might be infinity planes. I sure hope they are. We're going to upgrade the airports too so that they're filling a lot quicker. We'll go up to 5 per second each and increase the maximum capacity and the ticket prices a little bit more. I feel like the planes weren't necessarily carrying a full load of people. We need these airports replenishing their people fast. Yeah, that's better. Now we're making a full like $1,200 per flight. We'll give more max potential and upgrade that just a little more just to be sure they're filling up quickly, and then we can go back to carrying even more people. $1,600 now to fly the plane simply across here. They're getting quick too. We've been constantly upgrading the speed. They're up to 250. So they go from airport to airport really, really quick. I really quickly saved up $35,000. So we're actually going to get the more expensive manager in Rome. So now they will also automatically fly out of here provided the green bar goes up quick enough. I'm also going to make the New York one go 20% faster and charge a little bit more. And then pretty soon I won't have to touch anything at all. The airline will run itself like all airlines do. I'm also going to buy the London manager as well. For some reason that actually starts out fairly expensive. We'll just give it a few quick upgrades to make sure things get moving. So now in theory I could do nothing and it would make money endlessly. For all of this money though, I'm definitely going to bring these all up to 10 people per second replenishment. We'll also charge quite a bit more for tickets. Probably also need to increase the number of passengers on these planes because we're able to carry quite a few quite quickly. But we're up to about $2,000 per route already, and these are doing them quickly so we can make hundreds of thousands of dollars in not much time at all. Let's make an investment here. We're going to spend $60,000 just raising the price of the base ticket, which could probably make it up quite a bit. We're at $50. But that means we're making about $2,600 per flight. And that was before we stuffed more people on our planes. Quickly saving up $50,000, we can buy an entire airport for that in Mexico. Not sure that was really worth it because I'm pretty sure the route going there isn't going to be worth anything more than the other ones really. Maybe it is, I guess just depending on distance. Not really sure how that works. Doesn't really matter. So we're going to upgrade it up to the par with the other ones. And then we'll let people enjoy Mexico as well. Probably overdue to buy another airplane as well. We'll try and upgrade it to the same level as the other ones. That way we'll have 3 planes in the air, all making us tons of money. Plus with the third plane, we now have a lot more things to click on. I'm also going to buy the Mexico manager for $37,500. The Mexico upgrades cost more money for some reason. Not really sure why. Guess it doesn't really matter. The amount of people at each one can actually go up. That's probably the easiest way to do it. If there's just such a big number of people, it will be really hard to just always deplete it at the rate they grow. But I'm going to try and make the New York manager nice and quick. He's up to 38% extra speed and lots of extra money. That way at least this one's often sending people because it's sort of in the center. Then we'll make the London manager also quicker, then we'll let them run for a few minutes all by themselves. A few minutes later, we have $3.7 million. So I think the best idea to begin with is going to buy a new airplane and then bring that up to the same level as the others. To put that into perspective, that only brought us down to 3.5 million. I do also want all of these managers working quite a bit faster. We'll keep an eye on the price of things. It'd be nice to get them all up to 50% faster. Now they're getting somewhere. We'll also do a little bit of a price multiplier for each one because we'll make a lot more money. That brought us down to $2 million, but those planes are flying pretty constantly now. They can be a bit of a jam up like that. We can send them manually if we have to. Okay, we're going to make one super profitable plane. I'm going to max buy for $2.2 million the ticket price. So it's going to go from $52 per ticket to $86. That was not at all worth it. We'll at least cram that full of people and make it super fast. So the red plane is going to be a super plane. It will make $8,000 for this trip, so it will make its money back. It'll just take a minute. And lesson learned, max buying is not going to be the way to do it for a while. Mexico and New York maybe need a little bit more people generation. I guess ticket price for these 3 too can go up. But at this point we can also advance, and that's going to restart us but take our ticket prices 50% more. So we're going to go ahead and do that right away before I have time to think about it. And we'll be back to where we were before you know it. We're just about back to where we were, but I employed a slightly different strategy. We haven't unlocked Mexico yet. We're just doing 3 very high speed profitable planes for now. But they're already making $7,000 per route and they do it quick. Which means I save up hundreds of thousands of dollars quickly so I can increase the manager speed to get those planes turned around faster. And I can also open a lounge in New York. I guess there's a 20% chance of people going to the lounge for $500. So I guess, you know, let's just max buy that. There's a 50% chance of people visiting a lounge for $113 in New York. So in theory, I suppose the more people that are either in the airport or on the planes will make bigger numbers. So I've opened both the lounges and the other airports just to maximize our profits. London is almost running out of people as well, so we're going to have to do something about that. Like spending $60,000 on people generation. We're now going 26 per second. And we're also going to increase the amount any one of these airports can carry up to about 500. And while we could upgrade some things here like the airplane speed so they get to where they're going even quicker, a cheaper way to move more people faster would be just to buy another plane. Maybe even 2, but we'll start with 1 for now and get it super upgraded. We make $100,000 every few seconds at this point, so it's not going to be hard to get more planes upgraded to carry, even if it's just a few people at a time. Like, we've already got Airplane 4, the new one, carrying 52 people, and some of those people, half of them will stop at the lounges to make us lots of money anyway. So now I've got 4 planes upgraded to about the equal level per flight. They are now making about $7,500. Which means we can buy another airplane and upgrade it all the way up to max or the current level. It's so much slower than the other planes, you could definitely pick it out in the sky. But that's nothing that a $250,000 investment won't fix, and now it's as fast as the other ones. I would still like faster managers, but the upgrades are getting really expensive. Like, this is $85,000 per upgrade for 3%. We are also moving people so quickly again that the airports are running out of people. We can increase the amount of people they can hold at once, also the generation, but it's very expensive to increase generation. So the way to fix that really would be to buy another airport, which is down there in Mexico again. But that did create a new route, and that's going to make us lots of extra money without having to take away from the other cities. It does not have a manager currently. But we just maxed spot ticket price for Mexico, so it's as valuable as the other ones, $8,000 per trip. And the manager for that is about 40,000. We'll max by his speed to get him going, so all the planes that land there turn around quickly. And the price is going up there. We also need to get the lounge for Mexico too. So there's currently 36% chance of idiots using it. We've saved up $600,000 already, so we're going to buy another airplane. This one we're going to color red again so it stands out because we're going to max buy. This one's going to take $93 per ticket. And currently move very, very slowly. It'd be faster to take a real plane across the Atlantic. Especially considering it's only carrying 4 passengers right now, maybe even 2. But for a $300,000 investment, we can now have it carrying 50. And for $600,000, we'll make it very fast. And then I'm going to leave an auto clicker running right here, where it can hopefully hit multiple airplanes. And then we're going to let the game run for a little while. And before you know it, we have $30 million. I realized it's probably also better to buy a few new airports, that way the planes can be spend more time traveling and less time waiting. So we bought 2, there's 3, 4, 5, 6 new airports, and we can still keep going if we want to. I definitely don't want to make it too expensive though. We definitely need to buy managers for all these, and the most expensive one is already costing over $1 million. Just so this can happen so we don't get planes piling up in one place. By the time they get to one of their lonely airports, they should be able to turn around and leave again right away. I accidentally just max spot Delhi so it can hold 1,000 people now. So we're going to turn that back to 1 and do this like a regular person. We have so many airports now though that even at 15 people per second, they should all regenerate. We shouldn't get multiple planes at the same airport very often. Some of these managers start out fairly expensively. We're going to try and bring them up to at least 30% each. That way hopefully the planes spend very little time sitting and waiting. They spend their time turning around and making us lots of money. That feels better. Now there's basically always planes in motion. They do sometimes head for the same spot and get a little bit jammed up, but for the most part, there's lots of airports awaiting them so we can buy more planes. These are going to get expensive quickly though. I think we're going to spend about $1 million per plane. Luckily I've got an auto clicker to boost things up nice and quick. So there we go, we got 9 airplanes automatically traveling all over the world to make us tons of money. I did sort of forget about the lounges. We'll build some of those as well too. We'll be able to afford the rest soon. We're making lots of money. And we actually already have the money to buy those 2 lounges. So far there's not a great chance for some of them to get landed on. 20% is still something. But we could definitely let the money pile up for now. The planes can just flow freely. They pretty much get to where they're going and bounce away. I'm not sure expanding like this really made a difference because now instead of sort of flying across the Atlantic, the planes have to cover bigger distances for the same or even less money. So in essence, I've created a horrible airline that is still wildly profitable. And considering how many planes I have flying through the sky, compared to our profit, compared to what we were making before we expanded, we were making more profit per minute before, I'm pretty sure. But when in doubt, we can always buy another airplane and upgrade it a lot. Never mind, planes get more and more expensive as they go on. To upgrade this is $680,000, to upgrade that is $21,000, so we're better off upgrading one of the original planes. So let's go back to our cheapest airplane, the one we can upgrade its price for only $17,000. We're going to max buy that and spend $3.6 million. It's now worth $135 per trip. So when it lands all the way over here in Los Angeles, it can travel out for $7,000. That's not a huge amount considering how far it's about to go. So maybe if we upgrade the amount of people it can carry by almost 50%, it's now going to head to Moscow for not much money. At least when it goes from Moscow to New York, it's worth $7,400. But I feel like it's getting hard to make money. I probably shouldn't have expanded yet. We could spend $320,000 increasing its speed, so it's also the fastest plane. So it's definitely the biggest earner, but still not big enough. Oh, there's a $16,000 route. That was $16,000 to go that far. I wish I could have kept that up for a while. But since it is making so much money, let's upgrade its speed one more time from 400 to 450. So it definitely gets to where it's going in a hurry now, like all the way across the world, and that only takes a few seconds. Depending on where it's going, it can make a lot of money. So we'll sit back and relax and let this thing run for the next 10 years and come back to a very much more profitable airline.